Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately... The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now Brady. Looking downfield for Jones. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Marvin Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Then did Scant. Let's go.
Check 56.
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw is Mariota. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
1, 3. 56 to Mike. Charlie. 56 to Mike. 56.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mariota. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line.
Let's go defense.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
I see what he's trying to do.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down now, it's Ingram. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
On 4th down, on is Colby Wadman now to punt. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. You ain't doing nothing today. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
On 3rd down, Mariota. Open man is Gordon, complete. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Check 56. You remember me? You remember me?
On 1st down, it's Gurley.
Oh, come on.
And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
TD.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 3rd and short yardage, Mariota. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36.
Gain of 6. And the Lions 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Where are they? 3.
Back to the ground game here, Gurley. Oh, what a move. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Check 56. Hey, get 3. 56. Mike, 56. H3, 218. Chopper. Alert flare.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Mariota able to get this to Gordon. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Josh Gordon, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Ingram again, a 1st down carry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brady. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. It's not often that we put the word overthrow next to the name Tom Brady.
His accuracy is so good that when there are misses, they're usually not by much. So when we see one like that, look,
scratch your head a little bit.
Scratch your head. We're chuckling about the whole thing. Let's see how fired up he gets about it, though, because you know he likes to atone for his errors.
56. Mike's 56. Blue Dance. One.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33.
Check, crunch. Check, nickel. Slant.
Now it's Gurley. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Smoke. 56 to Mike. 56. 66. Fully high. One. That's all right.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Mariota. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Josh Gordon with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Now he's having a nice little 1st half here, partner.
And it's a 1st half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. They run. It's Mark Ingram. Down to the 25.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Wait 20. 50 seconds to mine. 50 seconds. Alert.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Ingram. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he hits his target. This is Luke Stocker. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He's at the 30, 10, touchdown, Detroit. Todd Gurley with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From the 24, Brady. He's going to air it out deep for Green. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Following the interception here, Mariota. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing, Mariota. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Let's go.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Ingram, he's been busy today. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
And it's 3rd down.
They toss to Ingram. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
What the hell was you doing, Clyde?
Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
You can't block me.
Now they'll throw with Brady. Stocker's got it, complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, 66.
Ingram churning. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
Big boy. Big boy.
Acott's right sideline in some space. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Marcus.
Here we go. Check him up. Check the call.
Mariota.
Marcus.
And it's caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Stats.
Point after up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
Let's get right back to it, right?
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? On 2nd and 12, Brady looking downfield for Jones.
Oh, my God.
This is taken in. It's complete. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 42 yards. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Brady. He's got Green. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's do it.
They'll run on 1st down. Ingram. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A.J. Green, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. So what can Brady do here as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Brady going to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. Throwing again on second down. Mariota. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Mariota now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Mariota. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Mariota again. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
He ain't never scared.
They'll throw again. Mariota.
Marcus.
Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Big stop, kid.
Mariota on 3rd and 2. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it.
I didn't do the juke.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Mariota to throw it. Got Gordon open, completes it.
Gosh.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Marcus.
Buying time to his left.
Oh. God, what the hell
And
is
he's
that,
going to be
Marcus?
intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season of
December.
giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage or mixed traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
This wants some heat this time.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Brady. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points. They've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Ingram. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Ingram. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Brady completes his short throw to Stocker. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And his kick here is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end.